Hi everybody, this is Krista with the Big Family Homestead, and today I have got an awesome soup recipe I want to share with you. Yes folks, I said soup. It is fall here in central Wisconsin, and if you could see the leaves on the trees, they are changing color so quickly and too early actually because of the drought we had this summer, but they are absolutely gorgeous. So the weather has turned a little bit cooler, so it is time for the different soups that our family likes. So this recipe is lemon chicken orzo soup. It is one of our family's top 3 favorites. We've got chicken dumpling is probably our top favorite, then there's broccoli cheese, and then this lemon chicken orzo soup. It is so good and so delicious. I kind of repeated that. It's so good and it's so delicious. It's not just good, it is just delicious. Absolutely delicious. However, when you go to make it, it is time consuming. There's lots of chopping and you got to pre-cook the chicken and pre-cook the noodles. Well, guess what? I have come up with a way to make this recipe a lot easier for folks who are having arthritis, or if you're going camping, or you live in an RV. This recipe, I'm making this super easy. So here we go. Okay, so now for our ingredients, pretty basic stuff. We've got some orzo pasta, salt and garlic, and our bouillon, our chicken bouillon. We've got some of these true lime packets. These are awesome. Some onion slices, some pepper, chicken, celery. Oops, that's my recipe. I'll move that. Sorry about that. Some carrots, some basil and thyme, and then we will also add some cream at the end. All right, so with the Thrive Life ingredients, it has eliminated all kinds of chopping and dicing and pre-cooking. It's just pretty much done. All we're going to do is we're going to divide out some ingredients and put them in either a mason jar or a Mylar bag, as you see here, mason jar or Mylar bag, whichever you prefer. I like both for different reasons. The Mylar bags are great for when you're going camping. That way you don't have any glass that could possibly get broken and left on the trail or in the campsite, whichever. This is super handy. Also, if your bag is large enough, well, no, not this particular one, because this requires a lot of water. So you couldn't put the water in this, but some recipes you can just put the water straight into your Mylar bag and let it heat all of the ingredients right there. So we're going to go ahead and put some ingredients in these jars, and then we'll go ahead and cook this up and show you how it goes. So we're going to start with our carrots and our celery. Actually, I changed that. I'm going to start with the chicken. The chicken, we need 2 cups of chopped chicken or sliced chicken. We're using the Thrive chicken slices, and I have my measuring cups here, but honestly, God gave you these first, so I'm going to use these because it's way easier. And it will be not exactly 2 cups, but it will be approximately 2 cups. I'm going to start with the mason jar and put that in there because I think I need to hold the Mylar bag or swap the canning jar, the canning funnel to here, so that way I have a bigger space to put it into. So we're going to go ahead and put the chicken in there, just like so. Now we're going to go with our onion slices, 1/2 cup of onion slices, or more if you prefer more. Our family likes onions, so I'm just going to use one big handful here of the onion slices. I love the slices, and honestly, these smell amazing. So we're going to just do that, and then we'll go with the celery, about the same, 1/2 cup. Make sure I don't have an oxygen absorber in my hand. There we go. So we're going to put the bigger ingredients in first, and then we'll go ahead and add our spices and seasonings and tap those down to the bottom. So here's our carrots. Awesome. These carrot pieces are They're perfect sizes. Sorry, forgot what I was doing. I was thinking I was going to the other jar, but I was not. So, you know, you've got your celery, your onions, and your carrots. That's your trio, your flavor trio for any soup or dish like that. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add our bouillon in here. And to these, we're going to add, I have to look at my recipe. I forgot what I was gonna add. 4 tablespoons, because this is going to require a lot of water. If you decide you're not going to use water and you want to use broth instead to cook this, then eliminate the bouillon in place of your broth. Otherwise, it would be way too salty. So, 4 tablespoons, I'm sorry. So for the recipe, I use about 1.25 teaspoons per cup of water. So we're using 12 cups of water to make this, because we're going to cook the noodles as well. Three, might not have enough for all of this. 4, oh, I got enough. It's just stuck to the bottom. 1. All right. There we go. Set that off to the side. All right, now we're going to add our salt and pepper, and we need just a little bit of salt, not a lot. I'm going to use just 1/2 teaspoon of salt because there is plenty of salt in that bouillon, but I want just a little bit of that mineral in there. I like it. I like it a lot. And then the same for the pepper. We want 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. If you want more pepper in there, that's the beauty part of these recipes. You can change them to whatever you prefer. It's your recipe. You make it how you like it. All right, now we need some thyme and basil. And we want 1 tablespoon each of those. This adds a ton of flavor. I love it, especially when you're using a lot of water. So we're going to use 1 tablespoon of basil and 1 tablespoon of thyme. That was thyme, this is basil. Oh, it smells so good. I love basil. All right. Now, we're going to take our orzo noodles, okay? So we've got these I love the Barilla orzo noodles. You don't have to buy Barilla. This is just what we had bought because I just really like this brand. But the orzo pasta, you don't need a lot of this. So I'm going to go ahead. The box is taped shut, so I'm going to need a knife. Be right back. Okay. So we use only a small amount from this box to make this soup, so we tape it shut and stick it back in the cabinet. I'm going to use 1/2 cup of the orzo noodles because these do expand quite a bit, and it will cook to make 2 cups of noodles. Makes quite a bit. All right. And then some in here. And that will use just about the rest of the box. I'll put some in here, just kind of divide it out because there's only a little bit left. So we'll just divide that out. An extra tablespoon or 2 is not going to hurt. All right, so now these are done. Take those out. And there's one more thing that we need to add to this. And this is for when this is cooking. This brings the lemon part to the lemon chicken orzo soup. These True Lemon packets are fantastic, especially for this, where I can just put 4 of these straight into the jar. And then, I mean, I could actually open this if I want, but I like to add this a little bit separately, a little bit down the cooking path a little bit, just towards the end of cooking, not at the beginning of cooking. That's why I like to leave these in the packet. So I'm just gonna stick these 4 in each of these, and then we're ready to seal these up. So I'm actually only going to seal one of these jars because the other one I'm going to show you how we cook this. So I've got my handy dandy vacuum sealer. Not my handy dandy notebook, my handy dandy vacuum sealer. Excuse me. So this vacuum sealer, and I will put a link in the description box. I know I talk about this a lot. This gadget is fantastic. It is battery powered. I don't have to haul around a bunch of stuff. It's just this. This does regular mouth and wide mouth. So if you have not seen this, this is a gadget you've got to have in your kitchen, especially your prep kitchen. So I've got my lid. Oh, I need to take that part off because this is for regular mouth. This one's for wide mouth. I'm gonna clean that lid right off there. Not the lid, the rim. And then I'm just going to, let me move this out of the way here for a second. I'm just going to vacuum seal this, press this down so that it's seated nicely. And I'm just gonna press the power button, hold it down for about 3 or 4 seconds, just so that it gets a good seal. And then I let it go and let it go for 30 seconds. And then I know as soon as I hit the power button again, I hear a pop, it's sealed. So we're gonna let that go. I'm gonna clean this up and then we'll get cooking. Okay, there was one ingredient that I forgot, and this one is essential, is 2 tablespoons of garlic. Completely forgot about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull these packets out of here and go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of garlic. This is the freeze-dried garlic, and it is fantastic. Smells amazing. Now we're gonna go ahead and put that over there. Now, I sealed this, it sealed when I went to the quick break. So it is sealed. So I'm gonna pop this open and add the garlic in here so you'll be able to hear it. Let's see. There we go. That was sealed. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out and put some garlic in there. Can't believe I forgot the garlic. That's usually the first thing that goes into my soups. Definitely have to have garlic. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put those packets back in, wipe that lid, rim, and we'll go ahead and seal this while I add garlic to the other one. Now, in this pot right here, I have got 12 cups of water and about a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. If you want to use broth, use 3 quarts of broth, but make sure that you eliminate the bouillon from the recipe so that it's not over salty. Now, we're gonna go ahead and add the garlic to this one here. And I just left those packets inside there because I'm just gonna kind of cram this down a little bit. Bring those to the top. That's okay. Now listen, did you hear that click? It is sealed. That did go a little bit longer. It was like almost 40 seconds, but it is sealed. And then I'll put a ring on here just to make sure that it stays sealed. And then I'll mark that and set that off into the pantry for when kids want to have lemon chicken orzo soup and I'm not here to make it. So now we're going to seal this off. There's a couple of ways I seal these. This particular bag has the zipper in it. I will go ahead and use that, but then I also seal it shut with a hair straightener. So these little gadgets here, a subscriber sent to us. These are great for if you're making freezer meals or if you're making a bunch of these shelf-stable meals. Flies. They hold the bag open for you and they keep it from tipping over, which is fantastic. They're very inexpensive. I will put a link in the description box just so that you can get a hold of some of these if you don't already have those. So I'm just gonna go ahead and seal this. And then I will mark on the bag what it is, how much water to add, and how much cream to add at the end. And then I will make sure I straighten this with a hair straightener. Sorry, those lemon packets are getting in the way of the zipper. All right, so that is done. This is probably 1.5 pounds before it is added to liquid. So this is a good amount of meal, or a good amount of food. This will feed probably 6 to 8 people if you've got bread, or if you want to add more noodles or more chicken, whatever. So we're gonna wait until our water comes to a boil, and then we'll go ahead and add our soup mix. Okay, so this pot of water is almost to a boil. I'm gonna go ahead and take our true lemon packets out, set those off to the side. We're gonna go ahead and pour in our mix. Just as a side note, if you guys are not, you want to make this from store-bought ingredients, this particular recipe, you know, from store-bought ingredients is actually in our first cookbook, Our Family Favorites. So if you want to check that out, that's on our website, www.bigfamilyhomestead.com/shop. So you can check that out. It's, again, Our Family Favorites. So water's just about done, about ready to boil. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in and give it a good stir. I'm going to grab my spoon, I forgot. Can't forget these. All right. Now this has all the seasoning, the chicken, the carrots, the veggies, all that good stuff in there. So we're just going to give this a good stir. And we're going to let this simmer because we need to cook our pasta. And the carrots are not freeze-dried carrots, they're dehydrated carrots. So we're going to go ahead and just let that simmer for probably, I don't know, 15 minutes. We'll see how it goes at that point, and we'll come back in just a few minutes. All right, the soup is just about done. Look at this. This looks fantastic, guys. So good. All right, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and add our true lemon packets in and get that incorporated, and then we will add our cream. And don't worry, it won't curdle the cream. We've done this many times. Excuse me, sorry about that. Not enough lemon to make the cream into cheese. All right, so we're gonna incorporate that, and then we'll get our cream and we'll go ahead and add that. All right, folks, we're gonna go ahead and add our cream and give this a good stir. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. Can you see now why this is our family's favorite? This is so delicious. I cannot wait to share this with you. I wish you could smell it. It smells ridiculous. All right, this is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the bowl. Give you a closer look. All those veggies in there, the pieces of chicken. Yum. All right, look at that. Can you see that? Looks so good. So good. All right, we'll give this a taste. I know this is going to be piping hot. A little bit of the broth. Oof. Look at the steam coming off of there. It's so good. A little bit of lemon. That creaminess has added just a ton to there. The flavor from the carrots and the celery and the onions and the chicken, super delicious, super easy. I'm actually super glad we made some in a bag or in a jar, because then the kids can go ahead and make this up when I'm not around, which is not very often, but super easy to do. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that burner off because this is done. It's dinner time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. If you're interested in finding out about the Thrive Life ingredients that I used today, there's the recipe is in the description box and a link to the Thrive Life website so that you can check those ingredients out. Don't forget, folks, those of you who are interested in becoming a consultant, this month we will be sending you a 1 ounce silver coin. And those of you who sign up for a monthly delivery, we will be sending you a 1/2 ounce silver coin. And that's true silver. So please check out those links. That would be greatly appreciated. It truly helps our family out. My name is Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and you have an amazing day.